We've had a little bit of a casualty.
It ended up doing more damage to the corner of the car.
Well, it's been a while, but we're back in the woods with both of our trucks and we're getting ready to start our private campsite build. In last week's video, we took you through the process of buying this property.
If you are interested, we need to get an offer over.
So nervous right now. We are currently standing on our property, which we've had now for 3 years.
We went camping on the campsite we paid for. And I said, Becky, why aren't we camping on our own land?
We were greatly overthinking our cabin project, so we decided to just start building our own campsite so we could use it. We're here for a long weekend, Labor Day weekend. We have 3 days to work on the land. We've got a ton of power tools rented. The trucks are full. We got the Rivi set up for camping. There's no flat spots for tents. Okay, the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna set up our bathroom.
Important.
Oh yeah. Wicked. The skid steer just got here, as well as the brush hog and the tamper. The plan for this weekend is we kind of got a couple of things planned. So right now, Chris is clearing our campsite for tonight. That's where we're gonna pull Rivi up, and that's where we're gonna be camping while we work on the main campsite. After that, he's gonna come down and we're gonna clear an area for the tent pad, the campfire, and the second tent pad. After that, we're going to clear a place for our kitchen, and then after that, probably a place that we will eventually build an outhouse of some sort. So this is literally just vacant land. There's no power, there's no water, there's no bathroom on site, and it's kind of a blank canvas for us. I don't even recognize it. It's like a whole new place. Not bad for day one. Not even done yet. All right, so I think we're gonna move the Rivian into her nighttime position.
Okay.
This is a big milestone. We've had this land for like 2 years, and this is our first night sleeping on it.
Here's to our first night at the Sleepy Creek.
Yeah.
Man, you really look like a banana-shaped f right now.
Cute.
Look at that little perfect banana curvature.
Just making some Velveeta shells, baby.
We're smart. We put half the cheese sauce in half that bowl and half the other bowl, so all the bowls get messy.
Oh, that's a good idea. Add the cheese. This bowl just got real fucking.
Little candlelight cuisine.
Want some?
Sure.
Sir? Hang on. Excuse me. Hold on a sec. Welcome this evening. Would you like some fresh pepper?
Oh, yes, please.
More?
Yes, please.
More?
That's good.
Not bad, buddy. Not bad. The campsite that we just plowed out, this one, is actually not the campsite that we're working on. We wanted an area for the trucks. But the campsite that we're working on next is actually going to be where the tent platforms are going to go. We're building 2 platforms, a big one for our palace, our tent palace, which is going to be 12 by 20, and then we're building a smaller one that's probably going to be like 10 by 10. Then we're building a fire pit, so that's all going in that one section.
Now let me don my assless chaps. But first, you ever seen a chainsaw hit these before? Fiber gets tangled in the chain and it stops it.
So we still have plans to build our dream cabin on this property, but obviously that is a lot of work and it's very expensive, so we decided to just start off with a campsite, get to know our property, and then later on we'll build some sort of cabin. Oh God. Did it work? We're ready to level. Yes. Ow.
I literally could have just walked outside and opened the door.
Yeah.
I'm tired. All right, good morning. Day 2. So we're just gonna get started here now. We have to do a little bit of strategic earth moving here because yesterday I tried getting down to where the fire pit is gonna be, almost got stuck. So I had to use the bucket of the excavator to like push myself up. Had a little bit of a panic moment there because I'm not a qualified heavy equipment operator. I've done a couple garden projects with mini excavators. This is still technically a mini excavator, but it's a little bit bigger than the one that I was using. So it's all the mechanics and the controls are the same. I've never been in situations where there's this much grade on the land. So what my plan initially was to go down to the low part, dig out the fire pit area, level that all off, and then come up to the higher ground where the tent platform is going to be. A, I can't get down there and get back reliably, especially when it's dug out. Plan B is to go to the tent platform area first, which is a little bit higher up. But in order to do that, I've got to drop this tree right behind me. And then from the tent platform area, I should be able to just reach down and dig out and level the fire pit area. And hopefully I won't have to actually bring the machine down there. The bucket moves like this. It's like a compass and it makes an arc. In order to make a flat line, you have to not just do this, but do this and then that to make like the flat line.
So Chris basically used the excavator to remove a bunch of roots and flatten out the dirt a little bit. Chris is making progress on the ground for our tent pad.
Wow, it really took that's like 2 feet.
And then we used a grading stick and a laser level to make sure that everything was flat to get ready for our tent platform.
All right, so we got most of this area cleared here. This is where our big 12 by 20 foot tent platform is gonna go. We dug out a spot down below for a fire pit. And now the goal is to just get this as level as possible. So I'm gonna give Becky this stick. We got a laser set up and she's gonna go around and find the highs and lows and I'm gonna hopefully scrape it off and add fill.
Right now it just looks like a big dirt pit, so not the most exciting to see.
Literally is a dirt pit.
Yeah.
It looks like a dirt pit because it's a dirt pit.
Yeah.
I think we got this pretty flat. Not bad for using excavators. I think a skid steer would be a bit easier for this. I called the guys. I was like, yeah, do you got like a skid steer, a mini X? And he was like, we have nothing except for a mid-size excavator. I'm like, oh. And he's like, yeah, Labor Day weekend's like our most busy weekend. Like everybody's wanting to do stuff. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, then I'll take your one excavator. We're gonna go up and do the second tent platform area.
We don't have no power, so we got no lights. So let's try to get this done and then we'll have our supper
All right.
later on.
This is gonna be an interesting ordeal trying to get this excavator out of here because it's a steep grade. So what I think I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to go backwards and then use a combination of the blade and the arm to like level myself off and push myself up just like go backwards out.
God. Once Chris got the Mini X out of campsite 1, I started raking up all the old root balls while Chris used the excavator to level out campsite number 2. Then we used the PLS laser system to make sure that we had a good flat grade. I am absolutely starving. The light is starting to get low. Chris is just finishing up, so I'm gonna make us a little snack plate and then we're gonna do pasta and sausages. I'm very hungry and very excited. Well, it's not the prettiest plate ever, but I think it's gonna look pretty good to somebody who's hungry. Another day done.
Another day done.
Made you mocktail.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Wow.
Cheers. Campsite. Boom. Now I haven't had neither these sausages or the sauce before, so I really hope that it doesn't give me the bog trots tonight. It actually doesn't look terrible. Oh, it's good. It's not bad. You know what it needs? Parmesan cheese. Tea?
Oh, thank you. Well, it is day 3. We have our parking area cleared. We've got both campsites cleared. We have the kitchen sort of roughly cleared. So I think what we're gonna do today is do like kind of like a final grade, but this was kind of like an unexpected camp weekend.
We put in all of our stakes for our tent platform for campsite number 1, and then we decided we were going to put a pathway connecting both of the campsites, so we measured all of that out so we could order the materials so they were ready to go by the time we were ready to install it. You doing 3, 4, 5?
3, 4, 5. Okay, so we're gonna make a tent platform here, which initially was gonna be a smaller tent platform for our guests. Then we realized how many times we're gonna have guests down, maybe like once or twice per year. So change of plans, we're going to add like a flip up bench style kitchen area so we can like prepare food over here. So this platform will be our temporary kitchen until we kind of do something else over there. But I think it's going to be a better use of this smaller platform. And right now we're just staking out the location of the platform. So it's going to be 8 by 12 feet. So we're just going to use the 3-4-5 rule to make a perfectly square triangle. So we know that our stakes for our deck are square.
We've had a little bit of a casualty.
We're moving the cars around because we needed to initially get Becky's truck out. So I parked way off far into the campsite just so that I wouldn't inadvertently bump into the Rivian with the excavator or do something stupid like that. Anyway, the car's over there, I go to retrieve it. It's in off-road mode, so all the sensors are off. So I'm backing up. The road is really uneven, going over rocks. Felt a rock I couldn't go over, so I gave it a little bit more gas, and I still didn't go over it. Turns out my fender was against a tree, and when I gave it more gas, I went further into the tree and ended up doing more damage to the corner of the car. So it doesn't look as bad as it did initially. I took the GoPro suction mount and used it as a suction cup to pull some of the dents out, which actually somewhat improved it. Kind of did this little number here. So anyway, still dented up. This is going to need to be repaired. So this tree is now firewood.
This is the last project of the day, so don't hurt yourself.
Out of gas. Okay, you have been turned to firewood, and we have one less hazard for when we park here to back up into. It's like a little bit of catharsis. I'm not gonna let it put a damper on things. We're healthy. We have this beautiful campsite to enjoy for years, decades to come. And this is just one small little hiccup that will eventually get fixed after time and money. Fantastic Labor Day weekend. We got a lot of work done down at the campsite, down at the Sleepy Creek. Gonna head home this afternoon because we got a lot of driving and a lot of unpacking to do when we get home and cleaning and things like that.
I think today was probably physically the hardest day we've done. Cutting down that tree was like a last minute decision that we probably should have waited for the next time we came down here. We didn't even fully process it, we just chopped it up. And now that I'm realizing like we're gonna need to build some kind of covered storage so we can properly season that firewood so we can use it next year. I think we made a lot of progress in 3 days.
You were bang on. You said that we were gonna get the like grading done and the excavation done.
Yeah.
And that was it?
Yes.
And I was like, oh, we'll get that done. We'll put down gravel. We need to get some crushers so we can pack down some area. No,
biting off more than we can chew. Like, we've done this so many times.
I know.
You should know by now.
But you were surprised how fast it went. But what we do is we increase the scope of the project.
All right. Great job.
Next episode.
All right. Thanks for watching. Then. We'll see you in the next one. Solution for our toilet paper.
Oh my God, it's like a cartoon.
We made a poop tube. Can you imagine if a poopy bag just like exploded in the back of your truck?
Oh!
It's a poopy tube.
You know, we should call it the poop chute.
Poop chute.
The poupée tube.
Poupée tube.